My name is Kazi Hossain. I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Lovable.dev. There are some folks here that have some experience with Lovable.dev. If you'd like, just start opening it up, Lovable.dev. And as I'm speaking today, I'd love for you guys to start experimenting and build something of your own, be it a web page, a web app, a dashboard, really anything that comes to mind. So I had some conversations before starting, and there's some interested folks here. They're looking to build like real estate products or some internal tool like a dashboard. So we're going to be focusing on those things here. All right, so the most important thing is your prompt. So what you're going to do is you're going to just ask ChatGPT, what's the best prompt to use to generate a slide deck in Lovable? That's what I would do. So I'm going to show you how to do that here. ChatGPT shows you, all right, boom, create a professional slide deck for my targeted audience here, test slide, problem statement, boom, boom, boom. What I would typically do is I would just copy paste that right into Lovable, and it would like generate that slide deck in like an interactive manner. So copy paste, slide deck, it's 12 slides. I don't really prepare anything, so I thought Lovable would do it for me. So let's see how that works. Now it's thinking, it's gonna take a moment to generate. And it's saying, okay, I'll create a beautiful presentation deck builder with a professional modern design system. That'll be a sleek presentation interface and smooth transitions. Great. Spinning it up. And while that's going on, I could just point to some of the UI elements here. So it already has a built-in integration to GitHub. GitHub is basically your repository. It's where you store your code, your projects. With one click, you can log in and then just load up your Lovable project into GitHub. And it has a Supabase integration. Supabase is a backend as a service. What that means is it's where you can manage your like auth, your customer information, and different accounts that are being built on your app right out of the box. So it's super easy. Typically, this would take like a painstaking amount of time to set up on your own, but with Lovable, it's just really easy. So while that's going on, and then there's also the publish button, so you can directly publish it online. It'll give you a Lovable domain, so you can start sharing your project with others and getting feedback and understanding like where there's elements that needs improvement, for an example. Yeah. So while that's being generated, I feel like this might be a complex input. So I have other things here. So here's some fun facts of Lovable. This is Anton. He's the founder of Lovable. Apparently 2.5 million sites were built with Lovable in June. That's over 10% of all new sites on the internet that month. Pretty cool to see. I agree, Anton. Thanks for that fun fact. Also, Lovable apps, they've officially been visited 100 million times in the last 2 months alone. So that's insane growth. What's going on? Yeah, sure. Well, you can publish it. Like I said, there's a publish button. So you'll have like a Lovable link that you can share with folks. Yeah. And of course, if you don't want a .lovable link, you can self-host with like Vercel or Netlify. They're all hosting providers with your own domain, with your own like auth provider as well. You don't necessarily need to use Supabase's auth. If you have your own auth, you can do that too. Yeah. All right. So here's a dashboard that I generated here with just one prompt: build an accounts receivable dashboard. And it built this dashboard for me pretty well. Like I literally didn't tell it anything else. And it gave me the total outstanding debt, overdue amounts, average collection time, active customers, some trends, the aging reports, everything like that. So it gave me some analytics, real invoices, just like an easy way for me to demonstrate this dashboard to maybe like my development team or just other customers to see if this would be interesting. So that's like how I typically use Lovable or any of these no-code builder tools that are out there. There's been a recent explosion in these tools of these code generators, front-end generators. these are all made so that you can like in 1 or 2 sentences basically get your idea out there into a product super easily. So it just reduces the friction to actually start going to market, to start selling your product, start building your business. And then, of course, you can like go into the actual files of Lovable for those that are a bit more technical amongst us and start prompting in like, okay, there's like something wrong with this code line and it's causing errors. Okay, well, Lovable provides you the logs so you can see where the errors are happening. And then you can go right into the file and start prompting in like solutions to your problem set. And you can actually also create like your full backend even from Lovable right here from the code if you're so inclined. So it has all the files here. You can see them. And if Lovable has an integration, you can pull API keys and actually put them into the chat. And it'll populate the component from the API key. So with a product, what do you need that's important for your business, right? You need some hosted front end. You need a website. You need a buy button, right? Ultimately, you need a way for people to buy your thing. Well, with Stripe, Lovable has an integration with Stripe. So what that means is you can get your Stripe key, make an account on Stripe, get the key, which is an API key. Stripe will give it to you. You plug it into your Lovable chat interface. You just tell it, hey, like, I have my Stripe API key, and I think I typed it in here actually. Yeah. So you can set up your plans right from it. Like, hey, I'll create a reasonably priced 3-tier list. I have my Stripe account ready. Create the UI first, and then it'll start generating your plans as you can see here. And then all you have to do is take your API key from Stripe and plug it into the chat, and it'll power your buy button that way. And you just keep prompting it to get the right feel for your like purchase experience, and it'll do that flow for you. And yeah, it's really simple. So I want to make sure there is some time here for like questions. So yeah, that's like the easiest way I can explain it. I have a question in the back. What's up? With Lovable? Yeah, you can go into the file itself and continue chatting with the file. Yeah, I mean, after you've noticed it and you go into the file, you can start prompting fixes. I think it's not perfect by any means, for sure. And like, ideally, you still want someone technical to like go through the logs, especially if it's a complex logging error or there's a library deficiency, which does happen in these like no code tools. But overall, if you want like an early MVP and you just kind of want a proof of concept to your customers, I highly recommend you check out Lovable, Bolt, or like Replit. There are some great tools out there for you. Yeah. So you already have a code base that you've built out, like it's on GitHub, for an example, and you want to publish it. Yeah, I mean, I would you already have the code base built. I would recommend like using Vercel, or even like GitHub. It gives you a short link as well, like a free one. Do that, you can host it with. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. So if you want to connect it to a CMS, if Lovable has an integration to your CMS, then that's like a great way to do that. But yeah, you do that through the chat. So that's what I mean. There are some limitations because it's like chat-based UI. So yeah, what's your like implementation strategy with the CMS? Like you want a website that like gets content like for a blog? Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So if it has a QuickBooks integration, for an example, then you would pull your QuickBooks API key and you would chat with Lovable. you also have the file set, so you can try integrating your API key directly into the file and then see if it works. Yeah. Well, like these products are all deployable, but you're talking about a specific, yeah, in production. I've deployed websites into production with Lovable, but not actual like data feeds into the, yeah. No. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there are people who've built businesses around Lovable with like production apps. I'm just not that person who's done that, but yeah. So I do suspect that you can do that. Sure.
If you modify a file with Lovable, right? Is there a way to revert it back?
Yeah. Well, you have your GitHub integration, so you can always revert.
No, I'm saying
Yeah. Yes, you can. Right here, history. Yeah. Yeah. Like right here. I'll just click back. An example. Boom. Uh, let's. Yeah. Let me just refresh it. I think it might be the internet. Here you go. Oh, let's go. Digital transformation strategy. All right. I'm gonna try to open a preview here. Driving innovation growth in the modern enterprise. Let's get it. What we'll cover today, guys, this is a rubric, by the way, for today's presentation. The challenges we face, customer expectations are evolving faster than ever, demanding seamless digital experiences across all touchpoints. All right, cool. So there's some slides, and it generated based on my prompts, it seems. Yeah. Boom. This is the lazy man slide generator. It's stored in your .env file, like right on like Lovable. It would just create a file for your key, but you would have to actually implement it into the chat. Yeah.
you can also have it.
Yeah. You can. You could also like just type it in, probably like from the file itself. TypeScript. Awesome. So yeah. Collaborators. So you can invite them to try it out. Yeah. But they will like take up your credits for sure, as well. And you can create an invite link right here. So it's really easy. Yeah.
There's no read-only link.
I think that's when you actually publish it right here. Publish your project, so you'll get a read on it.
Okay, so if you invite people, they can actually.
Yeah. Teamwork.